Henry Cavill made his upcoming Highlander reboot all the more exciting by comparing it to The Witcher, and how it will be even better. The actor spent a few years playing Geralt of Rivia in 3 seasons of Netflix's fantasy series before walking away from the role. This opened up his schedule to pursue other projects, including the new Highlander reboot he's developing with John Wick's Chad Stahelski. The film is a reimagining of the fantasy movie franchise that began in the 1980s starring Christopher Lambert as the immortal warrior Connor MacLeod. Cavill's decision to headline another major fantasy property after The Witcher is part of the reason why Highlander is so exciting. It also means that the two properties are immediately compared thanks to his connection to both. While there will be several differences between them, Henry Cavill hyped his Highlander training for the movie's epic fight sequences. In doing so, he directly referenced his recognizable role as Geralt from The Witcher, as he told CinemaCon 2024 attendees, "If you thought you'd seen me do sword work before, you haven't seen anything yet, I promise you that." Henry Cavill's Highlander sword work comparison makes it his perfect Geralt replacement. Cavill has plenty of sword experience. Henry Cavill's comments about his sword work in Highlander prove that the new franchise is perfect for him to replace The Witcher. As Geralt of Rivia, Cavill became quite skilled at sword fighting to bring the monster hunter to life. He wielded Geralt's signature sword throughout the course of 3 seasons, partaking in multiple memorable The Witcher fight scenes. The impressive abilities he displayed were already remarkable. Highlander simply matching the impressive sword work Henry Cavill had in The Witcher would have been sufficient. Now, Highlander is much more exciting with Henry Cavill's tease that his sword work will be even better. On one hand, it should not be a surprise that the star of an upcoming project would promise some memorable moments. However, Cavill's Highlander sword work hype comes as he fully acknowledges his past experiences. He does not take any shots at the action in The Witcher, instead referencing just how great those sequences were. The difference now is that he fully believes that Highlander is about to take the action to another level. How the Highlander compares to Geralt of Rivia. Henry Cavill's fantasy fighters are similar and different. Custom image of Highlander and Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's roles as Connor MacLeod, aka the Highlander, and Geralt of Rivia, aka The Witcher, have a fair amount of similarities and differences. Both characters are the lead protagonists in major fantasy storylines known for wielding swords. Their shared excellence in combat comes from decades of experience fighting for their lives. They are also both incredibly powerful, with the Highlander being an immortal warrior powered by the quickening and unable to die unless he is beheaded, while Geralt is a magic-enhanced mutant created to kill the most dangerous monsters. The purposes of the Highlander and Geralt of Rivia are part of how they differ greatly. Connor is part of an immortal race who hunt down one another as part of the game so they can absorb the powers of anyone with the quickening they kill. Geralt takes on a different purpose in the world, as he fights to kill monsters who pose threats. Both essentially do not age and have increased human abilities. It is also worth noting that the Highlander lives on Earth in the 16th century, whereas The Witcher takes place on an alternate, unnamed planet.